Welcome to the preparation series for Pranayama online training. First of all, we start to organize our life more like the yogis, as Pranayama practices are practices for renounced people who only dedicate their lives for their spiritual advancement. It means that you live according to nature. You live in sync with nature, which is the most healthy way to live. So please start with organizing your day according to your circadian cycle. Every single being in this world has a circadian cycle, which means a 24-hour cycle. Our organs work according to this inner clock. Our brain, our glands, the hormone levels, and of course, the whole digestion and the wakefulness and sleeping cycles. The strongest trigger for the circadian cycle is light and darkness. And everything in life is orchestrated in rhythms. We have larger rhythms like the seasons during the year, shorter rhythms like the moon cycle, which affects everything, not only living beings but all the waters on the planet and also the waters inside our bodies, and shorter cycles like the daily cycle, the circadian cycle, the day-night rhythm, and even smaller cycles like the breath or the heartbeat. So that you have a fresh start into the day, an active day, and a good preparation for a restful night, you start early in the morning. Please get up as early as possible, just before the sun rises. Just try it out. Maybe it can take a couple of days until you get used to it, but you will get used to it very quickly because it's the natural way of being. When you get up in the morning, please get out. If you can't get out, then open the window and look outside. Look into the skies and receive morning light into your eyes. This is very important because our retina can detect different light frequencies. And it transports the information to our suprachiasmatic nucleus in the brain, which orchestrates the respective hormone secretion. Early morning light into your eyes will have the effect that dopamine is released. For example, it makes you wakeful and alert, helps you to focus, concentrate, and your blood sugar rises and your blood pressure rises. It increases wakefulness and full effectiveness during the day. In the same way, it is important to receive afternoon light, sundown. Now it's winter, so I say afternoon, but it can be later in the day also, depending on the seasons and where you're at. But when the sun starts to set, also try to receive light into your eyes. Sundown has a different frequency than sunrise, and it will trigger your brain to prepare for sleep in a couple of hours. The serotonin in your brain has to be transformed into melatonin, which is called in humans the sleeping hormone, but it is actually a darkness detector, which later during the night is via a cascade transformed into DMT. They call it the spiritual molecule because it's very high when you meditate, when you have so-called spiritual experiences, out-of-body experiences or visions. But it also makes you very creative, very intuitive, open-minded, and open-hearted. It is extremely essential for our brain health. So please apply these 2 small hacks, morning light, evening or afternoon light. Expose yourself for 5 to 30 minutes. The more the better, but 5 minutes is minimum. Yes, we are very sensitive towards light and the different frequencies. This is where a bigger trick comes in. Our exposure to artificial light. So when you've watched the sun down and your brain is already preparing for sleep in a couple of hours, we go inside, it's a little bit dark, and we switch on the artificial light. And we receive bright light from the ceiling. It destroys your hormones again. It makes you awake again. So please avoid it. Avoid ceiling light in the evening. You can put some lights on the floor so that you don't have to live in the dark. You can light some candles. And of course, please remove your electrical devices. Do not look onto screens anymore in the evening. The screens emit blue and green light. Both frequencies are extremely alerting. They even make our brain sour and cause neurodegeneration. And this is pretty much the opposite of what we want. We want increased neuroplasticity. Learn things, remember things, focus, invent things, and not forget, be dull and dispersed. So please remove your electrical devices in the evening. This is so important because we have to have a good night's sleep. When we look into screens in the evening, we destroy our sleeping hormones in the brain, and while we may fall into some unconscious level of existence, it is not real sleep, and it is not healthy sleep. During the night, our brain has to be cleaned from environmental toxins, residues of foods, small inflammatory processes, and everyday damages. So during the night, it is called autophagy. The cells that don't work anymore, or even have become a problem, like cancer cells, are digested. They are destroyed, and the energy of these cells is used to build new cells. Only with a healthy sleep, our lymphatic system can be active. It's the washing machine of our brain, as our brain does not have a liver or kidneys. Healing wounds, rejuvenation processes, as well as learning and memory integration is happening during the night. But the light is not the only thing that can hinder us and hinder our brain from a rejuvenating sleep. Also, the electrical devices in our lives emit frequencies that are not detected by the eyes. But they are very well detected by the cells and by the nucleus, by our DNA. And as sad as it is, all our electrical devices are evil. They are really, really harmful. So please remove these devices, no matter whether they're switched on or off, from your bedroom. Let your sleeping place be a sanctuary. We are exposed to these environmental triggers every day, from morning to evening and during the night. So please allow yourself to at least have a restful night. You cannot block out everything anyway, but please do as much as possible. you will be rewarded every morning. So just try it out. So good luck. Please write your comments, your experiences, and your questions. Thank you. Namaste.